Mary Junior, David Birchall. 2, Little Toro, Simon Hodgson. 3, Baddy Har, Graham Bradley. 4, Olympic Times, Dermot Brown. 5, Wild Flyer, Bruce Dowling. 6, Prince Satar, Dale McEwen. 7, Commodore, Jimmy Frost. 8, Escherness, Michael Bowlby. 9, Predominate, Simon Sherwood. 10, Ruling Dynasty, Peter Scudamore. 11, Viking Rocket, Stuart Turner. 12, King of the Sea, Willie Hayes. 13, Tacador, Huell Davis. 14, Rig Steel, Mark Perrett. Number 15, Stickett's Brother, is a non-runner. He has a show of betting before rejoining Julian.
And Escherness opens as favourite 7-2. Prince Satire 9-2. On 7-1 is Viking Rocket. And drifting out from 6s, Wild Flyer, now 8-1, same price, Little Toro. Predominate is 10-1, so is Commodore, 16-1.
14 of them in the absence of Stickett's Brother, lining up. Peter Scudamore on the inside, the champion on Ruling Dynasty with the white cap. It's Prince Satar who's just turning across them at the moment. And the one at the back is Baddy Har, Graham Bradley. Rig Steel turns round, a few appeals from the riders. And Olympic Times goes up on the inside, and running to the first of 10 flights in this Bic Razor Gold Cup. And Wild Flyer, wearing blinkers, is taking them along at quite a fair pace. They're well grouped up behind. Mary Junior just showing second on the inside with King of the Sea. On the left is Predominate and Simon Sherwood in the stars, but as they make the turn at the far end of the course, it's on the inside Mary Junior, on the outside Wild Flyer, then King of the Sea is close up with Viking Rocket and Predominate as they race up the hill towards the second. Wild Flyer, Mary Junior, then King of the Sea, all over the second safely. Wild Flyer for Mary Junior, King of the Sea, Viking Rocket, Predominate, and Little Toro. Then Prince Satar, Escherness, Olympic Times, Tacador, Rig Steel, Commodore, Baddy Har, and Ruling Dynasty. That's the order as they jump the third. Mary Junior, headed by Wild Flyer on the outside, then King of the Sea third. Viking Rocket comes fourth, ahead of Prince Satar, Little Toro, Predominate, Olympic Times, Escherness, Tacador, Baddy Har, then Rig Steel, Ruling Dynasty, and Commodore. Long run to the next, and if you tuned in expecting to hear Peter O'Sullivan, I'm afraid that Peter O'Sullivan went down with flu after Cheltenham. I was supposed to be assisting him, but I think I just assisted him in getting the flu. And Peter, if you're watching, as I'm sure you are, I hope you're better soon. Meanwhile, the leader, Mary Junior, on the inside from King of the Sea. Then the white face of Viking Rocket, Prince Satar with the white sleeves on the inside. The one right up with him still on the outside is Wild Flyer. Over what will be the second last on the next circuit, and Mary Junior and Wild Flyer, they've been first and second virtually all the way. Viking Rocket is third, then King of the Sea, Prince Satar, Little Toro, and Escherness, followed by Predominate. These very tightly packed as they swing out on the final circuit. Wild Flyer coming to this fifth flight with a half-length lead or less from Mary Junior. Then Viking Rocket, Prince Satar is fourth, Little Toro fifth, then Predominate, Escherness, Olympic Times, King of the Sea, who's lost a little bit of ground, trying to get back in it up the inside. Ruling Dynasty has passed a few on the inside, then Baddy Har, Commodore, Tacador, and Rig Steel. They've completed one circuit now, and Wild Flyer in the blinkers. Towards the centre of the flight, on the inside still, is Mary Junior. Viking Rocket up with them, then Little Toro, Prince Satar, and Predominate, and Escherness. These very tightly grouped, and they're about to swing left-handed, where they've got 2 flights to jump, going up the hill, and then 2 more in the home straight. Wild Flyer from Mary Junior, Viking Rocket, Predominate going well in 4th place. Then Little Toro is 5th, Prince Satar on the inside 6th, then Escherness, Baddy Har, and Ruling Dynasty, who's right on the heels of that group now, as they take the 4th last flight. Wild Flyer from Viking Rocket and Predominate going up on the outside. Wild Flyer drops back to 3rd, then Prince Satar, Little Toro, then comes Baddy Ha, Escher, Merry Junior, Ruling Dynasty, a gap to Commodore and Rig Steel, and a long gap to Olympic Times, Takador and King of the Sea, who all seem to be being pulled up. Meanwhile, over the 3rd last, Predominate has a narrow lead on the outside of Viking Rocket, then Wild Flower is in 3rd place, followed by Baddy Ha, Escher, Prince Satar getting tired and losing ground as they approach the straight. And on the inside, Viking Rocket, on the outside, Predominate. Escher is in 3rd place with Baddy Ha on the outside of him, then Wild Flyer, Little Toro, Prince Satar, and making ground from the back is Commodore, but a lot to do at the moment as they turn into the straight, and Predominate and Simon Sherwood. Simon, the winning Gold Cup jockey, and he seems to be going well on Predominate as Viking Rocket comes under strong pressure. Escher is staying on in 3rd place, but Predominate going clear as they run to the 2nd last flight. Predominate the clear leader from Viking Rocket, then Baddy Ha. Commodore still making ground, but Predominate over clear. Quite a long run to the final flight and then a fairly short run in, and Predominate by half a dozen lengths at least from Viking Rocket, and Commodore is running on and could possibly challenge for 2nd. Baddy Ha staying on at 1 pace on the outside, but Predominate at the last jumps it well. And another win for Simon Sherwood, who won on Barnbrook again and Desert Orchid at Cheltenham. He's going to win all right on Predominate, who's well clear, needs only to be pushed out. He's tiring, but he's going to be a clear winner. And at the line, Predominate is the winner, Commodore is 2nd, Viking Rocket 3rd, Baddy Ha is 4th and the last to finish, because Wild Flyer, Escher, Prince Satar, Merry Junior, Ruling Dynasty, Rig Steel, King of the Sea, Takador and Olympic Times have all been pulled up, and Little Toro and Ryder have parted company at the last. They're both up all right, but the result, first, number 9, Predominate, owned by the 501 Club Racing Group, trained by Oliver Sherwood and ridden by Simon Sherwood. 2nd, number 7, Commodore, owned by Mr. D.W. Harvey, trained by Toby Balding and ridden by Jimmy Frost. And 3rd, number 11, Viking Rocket, owned by Mr. Raymond Anderson Green, trained by Colin Parker and ridden by Stuart Turner. 4th was number 3, Baddy Ha. There is the winner, Predominate. On his old form, he was something of a good thing here. 2 years ago, he was a very useful handicap hurdler, and he's been steadily running back to form. Here now, the starting prices.
First, number 9, Predominate, 10-1. 2nd, number 7, Commodore, 10-1 also. And 3rd, number 11, Viking Rocket, 6-1.